Oh yes, because there's certain films that just have to be watched with a group of strangers in the dark, and you've got to experience that energy, and I think certain films really call for that. They call for that kind of event.
Mr. Nolan, Christopher Nolan. Dunkirk, he wasn't making that for an iPhone. Making for IMAX. I think we should see the films the way the filmmakers envisioned it.
When you're watching a film at home, it's a completely different. It doesn't mean that it's less interesting, but it's completely different. And obviously, we shouldn't lose that magic.
I think it's an interesting time in cinema right now. The thing I'm working on now is a 10-hour limited series. There's no way I can ask someone to sit in the theater for 10 hours. So the form itself is dictated, by the content.
It depends on the time of year you would ask me a question like that. Because if I haven't seen anything that still has that luscious feeling to it, then I'm one of the first to say, well, you get everything you want. All the great storytelling is on television now. And then here, like I am in this film that's beautiful, If Beale Street Could Talk, that to me, Barry Jenkins created visual symphonies out of James Baldwin's words. So I'm actually in a part of a film that feels like when I watch any of the classics.
Absolutely. And as we continue to give new filmmakers and new storytellers voices, we're continuing to push the boundaries of what film is and what it can be. I think we're learning how to make magic in new ways.
I think films will be magical forever. No matter where you see them, they're always part of your life. And I mean, we can tell our lives in terms of what films we're watching. So they will always be magical.
Creo que sí. Tiene la magia de transmitir muchos mensajes.
If I didn't think film was still magic, I definitely wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. Even though we're moving in so many different directions, whether it's streaming services or just the quality of film looks so different on screens now with, HD or 3D, I still feel like storytelling is just pure magic, and when you hit that right note, it doesn't matter what medium, it's always going to be magic.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just the way people watch film is changing, but I don't think like the quality of films or the magic about them has changed.
Oh yeah. It's storytelling. Storytelling's magical, and it's great to create illusions. It's like magic, It's like cat out of the hat. But I'm acting and I'm pretending to be what cannot be duplicated.
It's magical, but that depends upon no matter what it is, whether it's a song or a novel or a TV show, it depends on who's doing it. It's not the technology for me. It's that creative person who brings that humanity that determines whether it's magical or not.
You look at Alfonso's film Roma, it's a very good case in point. There are so many people who are seeing this film on Netflix right now, and I remember watching Chungking Express for the first time on VHS, renting it from Blockbuster Video, and it being no less magical than when I saw it projected, at the New Beverly on 35mm emulsion. Moonlight and If Beale Street Could Talk could not have been made on 35mm emulsion, I think, because those film stocks are not properly calibrated to reflect black skin in the way we wanted to in those two films. And so you take an Arri Alexa and you can program it to reflect the skin exactly the way you want. So yeah, I think the magic of cinema has evolved along with digital tools.
There is something about film, and because we shot our movie on film, I certainly am a big proponent for it. I also love digital. I think it's just about a toolkit, and each one should be used how you see it. It's really like painting. What sort of medium do you want to work with, rather than red is red? It's like, well, red's red in a bunch of different mediums, whether it's oil or pastel or something like that. Ooh, that sounded heady. That sounded like a little bit pretentious. We'll edit that out.